Hello, Gemini, and welcome to your April of 2025 love reading. Or whenever you get to view this message, there may be a message in here for you personally. Remember, this is a general reading. Do check out the other placements of yours, and of course, patrons will be receiving these readings before YouTube does. YouTube will receive these readings towards the second part of April. Thank you, special thank you to all patrons. Let's see what's going on, dear Gemini, for you in love in the month of April. Very important month, as Venus and Mercury do turn direct, and Mercury is your ruling planet, so it is important. Your karma dharma, seeking guidance from Spirit. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, you've got the devil, dear Gemini. Obviously things haven't been easy for you, and I know that for a fact, since you are a mutable sign. I see an imprisoned heart here. I see a maturing of the heart, but through needing to grow, to be responsible. Some of you may have been trapped in a codependent relationship, a very karmic, narcissistic connection. You've learned to master your heart. I know many of you have had responsibilities as well, possibly to your home. Work has been hard for you, especially if you're a Gemini rising. Lots of changes coming in for mutable signs. Better times ahead, even though Jupiter has been transiting through your sign. He's not strong there, but he will very soon bring in the gifts, Gemini. Let's take the divine spread this month. I'm doing it differently, and then I'm going to take some Lenormand on top of the general spread. So Gemini, dear Spirit, Gemini and love, what's going on for Gemini? At the foundation, wow. Taurus had the exact same card in the exact same position. You've got planets in Taurus, or you're dealing with a Taurus. This is the past and the seed of the reading. What is hidden that you don't know? Six of Wands. This could say that there's a success story around the corner that you may not be aware of. Leo also comes through. You may also be dealing with someone that's quite egotistical. Leo, the shadow side of Leo, could be Taurus, same. Let's see, recent past. Judgment and Scorpio. You've been going through some sort of a crisis. Spirit is trying to resurrect your life. You've been maybe guided from Archangel Michael, saying that your love life is going to resurrect, but you're still possibly dealing with a crisis. Maybe you're needing to make a choice if you've got options. Let's look at the now. Whenever you view this, Three of Pentacles, something connected to work, or this could be a card of collaboration. Let's work together. Let's get this off the ground. But Three of Pentacles could also speak to third parties. It is a three. What's crowning you? Very important position. Marriage, a spiritual connection. Some of you, if you've got, you could have lots of planets in Taurus yourself. Let's say your sun is in Gemini and you've got 3 planets in Taurus. You've got that fixed energy about you. Crowning you could be, and what's on your mind could also be a spiritual connection. Let me just close the window. The Hierophant does speak to family, traditions, beliefs. We'll see, it is a major arcana card, so we've got Taurus and Scorpio, very prominent in your reading. They are fixed signs. Leo's come through, but it's not a major arcana. Let's see what the action and advice is coming from Spirit. Singlehood and the Nine of Pentacles, the individual, the ability to stand strong on your own financially. You're in the Garden of Eden, and when I say garden does speak to either think of the Garden of Eden, where there was, the forbidden fruit, obviously, the temptation as well. But also, when I speak to garden, you may be doing a lot of work out in the garden, while you meditate, while you may be working with plants. This could be your source of income. Maybe this gives you tranquility. It relaxes you, dear Gemini. Maybe does you some good. This is Virgo energy. Virgo is also very hardworking, can work 2 jobs, but also needs to do things by the book. So we've got a Virgo Taurus energy here, as well as Scorpio. They work well together. It's this that's a bit worrisome. The devil, which can speak to, of course, cycles maybe that you've been in, or there could be a secret love affair, an attraction to someone that's out of bounds for you. This could be an internal battle that you're going through, that you want to do the right thing if you're in another commitment, but there's no connection. There's like disconnection here, because this is, I can do things on my own. I'm happy to be on my own, or I want to be on my own. I want to be single. Remember, Jupiter transiting through Gemini. Jupiter can speak to, you've got the ability to see the bigger picture. You're sort of expanding your horizons. Jupiter can also speak to possible separation and divorce because of truths revealed. What is the outcome for Gemini? A small start. Strategy, planning. This is a message of something stable and promising for the future. Some of you could have children. You could be parents as well. This could be also a message that comes through that promises something long-term and stable from an earth sign. There could possibly be big age difference as well. Let's see how the stars align and how the divine affects your love life. 7 of Wands. 10 of Wands. And the Fool card. Wow. So you're rounding something off. You're closing up a big chapter. Even though we don't have Pisces, we see the heaviness here of the 10 of Wands. Let me get the door. Gaia is scratching at the door. Yes, Gaia. You need to be in one place, not in and out. Okay? I think she's starting to think it's like a game. I scratch at the door and you open the door for me, and then I scratch at the door so I can get out. So maybe it's playtime. So a lot of desire, a lot of heaviness though. We've got a 7 of Wands. Hello, Gaia. Nice to see you too. 7 of Wands is like where Spirit is saying that you're going to have to be ready. You're coming to an ending of a cycle. You're getting to, even though it's heavy, it's been heavy. It's like you're completing something, because 10 of Wands turns into the Ace, which, dear Gemini, of course, Neptune has now ingressed into Aries, which is in good aspect for you. Since you're an air sign, air and fire, they work well together. So it's more about the self, thyself now. I need to take care of me, which Aries is here as well. So we see that there's, some of you may also be figuring out that you've been taken for a bit of a ride, that you've been taken as the fool, that you've been carrying a heavy burden without reason, fighting for love, and love hasn't been returned to you. It's like you've been paying some sort of karma, I get here, because Saturn does promise the rewards, and Saturn has been moving through Pisces, so you've been in a challenging aspect where Saturn is concerned with many obligations, lots of restrictions as well. Let's see what else. So we've got the 6 of Pentacles, which is Libra. This could be a return on your investments. This could be that you've done the work and now there's a return, or that maybe you were investing. Gaia, do you mind? Hold on. She's touching my other screen. she's grasping at the raindrops, touching anything that moves. Okay, she can't see the raindrops anymore on the screen. She was scratching on my other screen. And what was I saying? Yeah, so this is a card which says someone has been investing elsewhere and not in the person that's been left behind. So maybe there's a shift in the power dynamics. Maybe the work that you've done, or your patience, or head to the grindstone. Is that how we say it? Please correct me. I've forgotten the proverb now. You've done the work. So maybe this could be a rewarding time, possibly. I hope that is the case for you. You've been through a lot, Five of Swords, with involving others, challenging things going on. The Wheel of Fortune, which is the Wheel of Fate. Maybe the wheel has been down. Jupiter hasn't been helping you that much. Now he's moving direct. Hopefully as he leaves your sign, he will leave behind his rewards. And I hope that that is the case for you. Let's make some space for Gaia. She's sitting with us here, taking up some space. Let's see. I do see air. This is like someone who's got the gift of the gab, as I always say. They've got the intelligent mind, so they win over their opponents. And you've got the gift of the gab. Mary, I remember your email. Yes, the intelligence, the trickery, if we could say, but also the ability to make magic. You are the magician, after all. And the Wheel of Fortune is changing. The wheel maybe has been down. Hopefully it's turning upwards, because you've been mourning some loss of the past with those Five of Cups. Five of Cups is emotional loss. But what is promised? The Two of Cups. Let's look at your psyche and what's going on moving forward. For Gemini, please, Spirit, Gemini. All the mutable signs have had it really hard, and we still will be going through a lot of changes in the next couple of years due to the eclipses that will be finding you in a difficult aspect. We'll be connecting to Gemini in a challenging aspect where you're going to have to move your body, move from where you've been, get unstuck. There's the Union, but pain, numbing, trying to escape a situation, not wanting to face the truth, maybe wanting to live in a dream. But you and your person have gone through the same thing. There has been recognition here, but there's been, because this is Pisces energy for me, it's like victimhood or sacrifice. I'm going to sacrifice my happiness for others, for the other, for my children, for my business, for my family, whatever it is. Karmic partner. Separation. Separating from a karmic partner. This is what's coming through. Because the karmic partner may be blocking this union. And heavy lessons. And the lesson card keeps showing up for most signs. With the Mystic Moon Oracles. So it's not by chance. Because the lesson card for me is the open book. It's Pisces again. And Pisces is the martyr. It's I'm going to unconditionally love and sacrifice. But unfortunately or fortunately, now with Neptune in Aries and Saturn preparing to enter Aries, it's a brand new cycle, it's a brand new chapter, which we will be living through for the next few months. And then we're going to go back again before early 2026 when things will be different, totally different. So we'll take some Lenormand on these cards, on these positions. But right now, let's take, excuse me, Lady Gaia. She's turned her back to us. She's upset. Let's see what's going on with the romance angels for Gemini. What's showing up in love in April of 2025 for Gemini? Separation, time apart from your partner is on the horizon. New love. It could be a new cycle to an existing love. For others of you, it will be new love as you go through separation. Free yourself. You see that new love is being blocked by a past karmic, but the time has come back. The time to take back control of your life is here, dear Gemini. You deserve love, and it is safe for you to love. Take off those masks which are Pisces. A lot will be revealed. And that's what could lead to separation. But also, for me and what I get with this, some of you may have a secret admirer, someone that has not come through for you yet. They have not shown you their emotions, even though it's like they're targeting you. They feel that you are their safety. You are someone that they can trust. And maybe they need a little bit of work to take off this mask because they've obviously been hurt before, if this is your person. So let's put these cards aside. Let's make some room on this table here. Now, the energies towards the second part of the month are not going to be easy. In the first 10 days, we will have some positive aspects. But remember, this is a general reading, and we're all affected differently. We've all got a different natal chart. So let's see why we've got the Knight of Swords at the foundation. We've got the Clover, the new cycle, and then the blockages. I don't know if you're dealing with someone that is a foreigner at a different state, different area. But with this new cycle that started in the deep past, this new cycle of your life that's already started has been delayed because of traditions, contracts, not feeling worthy enough to be loved, possibly, or wanting to sacrifice for others. What is in the hidden here? Depression, worry, third parties, ego, dealing with an egotistical person, someone who maybe put more effort into recognition at work. This is also a hurt ego for some of you. And the child. So this is the hidden position. If you feel as though you have not succeeded in a relationship, think again. The child brings happiness and it brings a brand new cycle. We see depression and ill situations here relative to a home as well. Possibly third parties, financial loss, emotional loss. But what Spirit is saying, that there can be success. Let's look at the Judgment card, which is a moment of crisis, possibly resurrection, second chances, but decisions. There's the divine masculine, or whoever holds the masculine side. There's been a lot of secrecy, a lot of tact, possibly also third-party situations because of the fox. There's theft here, and there's illusion, there's disillusionment. But there's a moment of crisis here. This could also say that someone was holding back on information, this divine masculine. Maybe they've been going through a crisis in their own life. Or maybe they've been holding back on their truths, trying to be tactful, and that they want a second chance. They want to resurrect possibly a relationship maybe that you've gone through. This also can say that there's been a separation with a past partner where there's been theft, right? And there's been great judgment recently. Let's look at the now position. We've got the divine feminine. We see on the mind of the divine masculine is the divine feminine. And for the divine feminine, this person is very karmically connected to her. We've got the birds, which can speak to excitement, news coming in, communication with friends through social media, that there is the ability to expand and grow, and something could be promised long term here. For others of you in the now position, whenever you view this, there could be also anxiety and stress about third parties involved within a marriage or even connected to work. Be careful who you share your information with. There could be gossip going around. Be careful with who you see as your friends. Let's look at the Hierophant. So we've got the fish, which can speak to Pisces, possible abundance or a lack of clarity. The garden and the tree. This could be a spiritual connection where there's a lot of illusion, misconceptions, secrecy about someone's reputation, their social standing and their happiness within another marriage as well. Misconceptions about someone's social standing and the truth connected to their family. This could also be a spiritual connection that has grown deep, deep roots from past lifetimes. Wow, there's the snake. The key. The snake is the poison. The key is the elixir. And the ring. The key can speak to the open wound relative to your desires, a desire to be free, a desire to taste that forbidden fruit, which has gotten you caught up in vicious karmic cycles, loops in a loop again and again. Some of you may have been the third person, caught up in a situation where you had lots of lessons to learn with that card. Maybe having tasted the forbidden fruit. I was just writing down the title. Maybe you've tasted the forbidden fruit, which was something that was life-changing for you, but in actuality it ended possibly a past marriage. It's like having passed over the red line. Some of you may have passed over that red line, but it was something that made you feel like you were in heaven. But this has found you single, possibly getting out of a past relationship. Let's see, because some of you may be starting new. This could be a very promising message. But remember, you're still dealing with a separation. Karmic partner still here, and you're still possibly going through some lessons. Yep, some of you could be going through a breakup. There's the Scythe, which is like the death card. The Bear and the Sun. Going through a breakup, becoming the leader of your own life and looking at you, your happiness. Possibly also going through a separation could possibly bring someone that is more mature. It's a 15, the Bear, just like the Devil there. Could be bringing in someone that does hold heavy responsibilities, leadership, and someone successful in the world, well known. And this could possibly also say that some of you could be going through a breakup and making the space for a reconciliation with someone that was forever out of bounds for you. The story will be different for everyone. Let's look at all this fire, this passion, and the Fool. Yep, there's a death, an ending to a heavy burden. Some of you could be leaving a Scorpio. After an ending, the stars come out, which is progression towards goals. And this is like a rewarding ending to a life cycle. As the Mountain, which does speak to Saturn, it's like the World card. So I've done the work. Here are the rewards. I've gotten to the peak of that mountain. I've done the work, and there's the new cycle, new life cycle. So remember, the mountain can also speak to strength. So having the strength to move mountains through taking a risk, through loving thyself, dear Gemini. So for some of you, these stars, this wish fulfillment could be a little bit blocked as you're closing up a heavy life cycle here and having learnt the lessons. Interesting. Let's take the Gaia Oracle and see what Spirit wants you to know. What is the advice from Spirit for Gemini, please? For our friends Gemini, I've got a lot of Gemini friends. Virgo and Gemini tend to get along really well. Gemini in April. Purification through fire. Which was the sign? Was it Taurus? Purification through water they had. So a lot of purification. Pisces is water, Aries is fire. So each to their own are going through a purification process. It's a 14, which is also Temperance and Archangel Michael. Let's read the message, but we'll read it in a moment. Let's take some of these cartomanzia. I want a little bit more information. This card fell out. Voyage, there's a journey, a new journey opening up. It's like a portal is open. New partnerships, teamwork, trust, honesty, a helping hand. This could be a second marriage, children, etc. Second marriage with children being involved, etc. There's a voyage, a new life cycle. This could be physical travel as well. Some of you may also be partnering in business. Now we've got the clergyman, it's called, which is like someone who wears a uniform. Aquarius comes through very strongly. Could be a fire sign, could be an air sign. And it's the sacerdote, which is like the priest, the high priest. But there will be truth, there will be communication. This could also speak to ending of a marriage, a contract. Lots of truths coming out relative to someone's obligations, contracts, marriage, possible also separation. We've got the Maid. And the Maid is like help. It's like helpful energies. Could be Queen of Wands, could be Queen of Swords. And we also see the Maid wearing a uniform. And I spoke of uniforms now, so the uniform could say I'm doing things by the book, or I'm taking the law into my hands. I'm writing up my own laws. You know, I'm going to take care of me now. Let's see. And we've got two feminine and one masculine here, so it's obvious that we could have a fire or an air sign and a water sign here. This is the female sweetheart, the Lamante. So as an energy, it's all about opening your heart. There are helpful energies here. There will be lots of clearing out, lots of communication, possible legalities, helpful energies, possible help from a friend as well, I'm going to say. But there could also be a friend and a foe here where there's competition relative to a masculine's heart. Now, did we see this in the cards? I don't even remember which cards we had. Doesn't matter. And that's why I think, tarot is all about reading into the energies and going with, what spirit is giving me. So I'm reading what I need to read. I'm telling you what I need to tell you. Let's leave it there. Let's read the Gaia. I would say watch the Taurus reading as well, because Taurus had a choice. I think it was a water sign or an earth sign. Water and earth, and in opposition to a fire sign. So check out the Taurus reading. Number 14. I opened on the number 20 card, which speaks to loss, and that word just came to me. So some of you are feeling a little bit lost. Let's read the message. What is it that your heart truly desires? What do you perceive is missing in your life? In order to find the answers, you must look inside your heart. You already know this, but have been reluctant to look because a part of you fears what your heart is trying to tell you. The only way forward is to face your fear. Something in your life is not working out as you would have liked, and is not going to get any better unless you have the courage to face it. Close your eyes and relax. Imagine a beautiful flame warming your heart and soul. Feel its purifying and healing light burning away your fears and doubts, healing your body and mind and clearing away all obstacles, either imagined or real. And this does bring me to this card here. You are imprisoning your own heart, or your fear is imprisoning your heart. We see an imprisoned heart here because of obligations, fears, timing, lessons. Feel your heart center as an endless space full of only love and light. You've been imagining that heart chakra as being blocked. It probably is. So maybe you're needing to work on opening that heart chakra, dear Gemini. Being vulnerable. Feel your heart center as an endless space full of only love and light. Feel the peace. You are safe in this internal space of light. We also saw it is safe for you to love here. So some of you have been fearing danger. Feel the peace. You are safe in this eternal space of light. Now, what is your heart saying? When it brings a tear to your eye, you will know that it is your truth. Your soul will guide you towards happiness. All you need to do is follow, trust. Let's take this little love oracle and some love messages and close up your reading. For Gemini, what's going on in love? Taking 3 cards as past, present, future, or just now. The energy is playing out now when you receive this message. For Gemini, player spirit, in April, or whenever you watch this. There's a breakup here. We've got the sun, which brings clarity, warmth. We've got Eros, which is a love relationship outside of a marriage, and it's the lovers. So we've got the sun, which is, of course, the sun is the heart. It's also, it's play, it's happiness, it's clarity, healing, can be ego. So loving someone that's well known. We've got the sun as the outcome here. So remember the bow and arrow. You also have the bow and arrow here. You've been hit by Cupid's arrow. Obviously, you've stepped into and tasted that forbidden fruit, which is bringing you to a choice. 2 of Swords, King of Swords. Danger, must choose. But this person is taking their sweet old time as they're in preparation to take the wheat, the harvest. Things are up in the air. 3, we see so many sides. So there is a breakup in the future. There is clarity. There is the ending of a dilemma. You know what you need to do. Speak your truth and listen to your heart. Listen to your soul and be vulnerable with your heart as well. Be vulnerable with your heart. Don't overprotect your heart. Open your heart. Eros is Cupid. Some of you have fallen head over heels, and this leads you on to big changes. It's all fated, dear Gemini. There's no one to blame. Not you, not the other. It's all fated. Purification through fire. Fire is inspiration, creation, passion. Fire is creative as well. I'm coming to meet you. I want to be with you. Someone is taking a flight, coming towards you. I miss you just as much as you miss me. I can't help myself from falling in love with you every day. Waiting for you to make your choice. I won't be waiting forever. I will fight for us. I'm lost. I don't know what to do. I will go with my gut. I've got no choice. Forever yours. I can't stop thinking about you. I'm only breathing, not living without you. I was wrong to doubt your love, babe. I apologize. And I've had enough. You're blocked. These are your messages, dear Gemini. I hope that they work for you. If you're interested in a personal reading, don't forget to reach out. If you're a patron, of course, you get a discount. All patrons get discounts. Thank you. A big special thank you to our patrons and to those who support this channel, even by liking, sharing, subscribing, and commenting. Love and light, everyone. My love to all our beautiful Gemini friends.